Rockstar has finally dropped another newswire promoting GTA 5 and online, which, as we well know, is coming March 15th exclusively for PS5, Xbox Series X and S. I skimmed over this newswire before we started recording the video, and I did not notice any new information at all. Just letting you know. By the way, article link below in the description section. So you're going to have the ability to transfer story mode progress plus details on GTA Online's profile migration. So that might be important for a lot of us that are going to be migrating our accounts from PS4 to PS5, Xbox One to Xbox Series S and X. GTA 5, GTA Online arrive on PS5, Xbox Series X and S on March 15th, delivering action-packed blockbuster story adventure dynamic, ever-evolving world of GTA Online to the latest generation consoles with a host of improvements for new returning players. These new versions of GTA 5 and Online introduce high-end PC visuals to the console's experience with new graphic modes featuring up to 4K resolution, frame rate up to 60 frames per second, improved texture quality, HDR options, ray tracing, as well as utilizing technical advancements of the latest console hardware for faster loading times, immersive 3D audio, support for platform-specific features, and more. A lot of this stuff, I believe almost all of it, we already knew about. GTA 5 experience interwoven stories of Franklin, Michael, Trevor across the sun-soaked metropolis of Los Santos. No information about whether or not there's going to be any story DLCs for Franklin, Michael, or Trevor, but it's basically the same game from 2013 except for graphical improvements. Choose from one of 3 detailed new graphics settings to tailor your gameplay experience for what matters most to you. Fidelity mode is tuned for the highest visual quality, targets 30 FPS. In the mode for the PS5, Xbox Series X supported native 4K resolution, ray tracing enabled with Xbox Series S, supports upscale 4K resolution. Performance mode is tuned for the most responsive gameplay experience and targets 60 FPS. This mode in PS5 and Xbox Series X support upscaled 4K resolution, while Xbox Series S supports resolution of 1080p. In addition, PS5, Xbox Series X has Performance RT mode, a hybrid of fidelity and performance mode, supporting upscaled 4K resolution with ray tracing enabled and targeting 60 FPS. These new versions also offer across-the-board improvements, faster loading times. It's already fast enough on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, the PS4, Xbox One versions. Increased vegetation density, improved lighting quality across shadows, water reflections, other elements, improved anti-aliasing, motion blur, highly detailed new explosions, fire, and much more. The one thing that seems interesting is the increased population as well as traffic variety. I'm guessing they're going to add some vehicles from GTA Online DLCs over the years into GTA 5 story and refresh the traffic just a bit. There's also new levels of responsiveness with the haptic feedback and dynamic resistance via the adaptive triggers on the PS5 DualSense wireless controller, adding new sensations to water effects, directional damage, see rough road surfaces, explosions, much more. Platform-specific features also include immersive audio using Tempest 3D positional audio on the PS5 and spatial sound on the Xbox Series X and S. Now let's move on to GTA Online. The massive, unrivaled experience of GTA Online with an unprecedented 8+ years worth of milking, gameplay additions delivered across 40 unique updates, will continue to evolve with the power of the PS5, Xbox Series X and S. This new generation of GTA Online includes a range of new vehicles, new addition to Los Santos car meet, House Special Works. We already know about House Special Works, and we also are aware of 5 unique vehicles coming with the PS5, Xbox Series X and S versions of GTA Online. House Special Works encompasses best-in-class vehicle upgrades, new class of races using specifically modified vehicles, weekly rotation of House Special Works time trials, along with premium test ride, where you can get behind a new wheel and newly modified vehicles for free. So it feels like that this update that's going to be exclusive for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, GTA Online, is basically Los Santos Tuners Mark II, or 2.0. In addition to access being included as part of GTA 5, GTA Online will also be available for the first time as a standalone title for PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Once again, Rockstar, we're already fully aware of this. Plus, the first 3 months... Oh, yes, we're once again aware of that. If you have PS5, you have a 3-month window to quote-unquote purchase GTA Online standalone for free without having to pay for it. New players might need more than just a pistol in their belt strap to survive Los Santos. That's why Rockstar is introducing the new Career Builder feature designed expressly for new players or anyone who wants to reset their character and get a fresh start. Why bother if you're a veteran player? Get the introductory leg up in the criminal world of Southern San Andreas. With this system, you get a $4 million windfall to select essentials, including business properties, vehicles, weapons. Furthermore, GTA Online for PS5, Xbox Series XS has an assortment of new quality of life improvements, including newly designed introduction tutorial for new players, a new front-end main menu that allows you to jump directly into free mode, heists, races, adversary modes, latest feature, weekly event content, and more. So it sounds like the same menu that they use for Red Dead Online. Oh, great. Story mode and GTA Online character transfers. PS4, Xbox One players will be able to transfer both their GTA 5 story mode progress and their current GTA Online characters in progression to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S or across console platforms with a one-time migration for each. Starting today, players will begin transferring their story mode progress by uploading a save to the Rockstar Games Social Club. To begin this process, enter GTA 5 on your current console account, go to the Game tab of the pause menu. From there, select the Upload Save Game option. Please note you can only store one game save per platform at a time, and saves will remain available for download for 90 days. Players with a Rockstar Games Social Club account will also be able to migrate their GTA Online character progress to PS5 or Xbox Series X and S on March 15th upon loading upon the game of either of these new consoles. This migration includes any character, cache, along with progression, stats, vehicles, properties, vehicles, clothing, and player-created jobs. Grand Theft Auto 5 and GTA Online will be available digitally on March 15th through the PlayStation 5 console store and the Microsoft Store, with pre-purchases and preload beginning March 8th. Physical copy releases are coming in April, so stay tuned for more details. Now, this part is a little confusing, but I'll explain it the best that I can. Players will only be able to transfer their purchased GTA money via the shark cards from PS4 to PS5 or from Xbox One to Xbox Series S and X. Apparently, any money that you earned in GTA Online can be transferred no matter which way you want to go, from PS4 to PS5, or from PS4 to Xbox Series S and X, or from Xbox One to PS5, or obviously Xbox One to Xbox Series S and X. It's earned money that can be transferred across the board. However, purchase money, which is shark card money, is only transferred from console to console, like from PS4, PS5, and once again, Xbox One to Xbox Series X and S. Apparently, you'll still be able to transfer over all your monies that you've earned over the years to your current console. I am glad that Rockstar actually clarified this. So they said that GTA Online platform migrations, purchased money can only be transferred from platform to platform. Same family, like PS4 to PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series. All earned money will be transferred regardless of platform. So I'm glad that they confirmed what I was talking about a moment ago, because that's obviously a concern for a lot of players. Like, is it only going to be purchase money? That means that they're going to take away everything else that we earned over the years. But fortunately, that's not the case. The screenshots they included in the newswire, link below in the description section, which we'll keep up for just a moment, does not exactly impress or wow me at all. It doesn't look any different, in my opinion, from how it currently looks when it comes to the PS5 version, Xbox Series S and X versions, because you still can technically play GTA 5 and GTA Online already on those current consoles with the previous generation version. Like, for example, PS4 is playable on PS5, Xbox One is currently playable on Xbox Series X and S. The previous generation versions of GTA 5 and Online look basically the same if we go by the screenshots. A lot of our questions that we were asking, and I did a video about this a couple days ago, have still not been answered. First off, there's no price tags at all for the official versions of GTA 5 or the standalone version of GTA Online, because even though it's going to be quote-unquote free for the first 3 months on PS5, it's obviously going to cost money on the Xbox Series X and S to purchase the standalone version of GTA Online. At the very least, I hope that during that 3-month window, there'll be a discount for it, but there needs to be price tags, Rockstar. there's less than 2 weeks to go till this launches, and no price tags. No price tags for GTA 5 or the standalone versions of GTA Online. This is completely unacceptable, and there's no new trailers for either of these versions to show us all the awesome improvements you've made over the past few months since the disastrous trailer that you made, what, 5 months ago? Was it 6 months ago? Yeah, we would like to see the improvements. Furthermore, we're going to be getting physical copies for the PS5, Xbox Series X for GTA 5, and once again, no price tags at all. No pre-orders at the moment. No benefits for pre-ordering any of these versions of GTA 5 or GTA Online, whether it's a digital or physical copies. Why? Because there's not even a freaking price tag for this. I expect it to be not as expensive as quote-unquote new games that are coming out now for PS5, Xbox Series S and X, which is what, $70 US. It better not be 70 bucks. I would say, if I'm being generous, maybe 40 bucks for the new version of GTA 5, especially since there is no new story updates, as far as we know, coming for Franklin, Trevor, or Michael. There's not going to be any new expansions to GTA 5, like new locations, like the ability to go back up to North Yankton and fuck around, or new missions up in North Yankton, or the additions of other cities like San Fierro, Las Venturas, or Liberty City. It's basically the same game that we've had since 2013. It's just been updated graphically from, you know, the Xbox 360, PS3 to the Xbox One, PS4, and then the PC, and now to PS5 and Xbox Series S and X. And there's no trailers. Where is the trailers showing off official gameplay and improvements? All we got are these screenshots. There's only like 3 screenshots in this news article, and they're not very impressive at all. Rockstar's like, wow, it looks basically the same as it currently does. Especially if you happen to have a PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, you can still play the last-gen versions of GTA 5 and Online on the current-gen consoles because it's backwards compatible, and I'm not really seeing any difference if we just go by the screenshots alone, which is why you need like a before and after, Rockstar, just like you did back in, what, 2014 when you were promoting the PS4 and Xbox One versions of GTA 5 and Online, which looked way better than the 360 PS3 versions. And once again, most of this information that was in this newswire, we've already known about for, what, at least a month now, so a lot of it's not really new. The story mode in GTA Online character transfers information is obviously important because you want to know how you're going to be able to do that, and fortunately we do have the information and the steps necessary in order to accomplish that goal for getting our story mode and GTA Online characters transferred over from last gen to current gen. In all honesty, there should not be a price tag for this version of GTA 5 or Online unless you're specifically purchasing a physical copy exclusively for PS5, Xbox Series X, because you can't get a physical copy for Xbox Series S. What Rockstar should have done for a good PR move, but they won't because, you know, Rockstar and Take-Two are very, very greedy, and they want to make as much money off something as possible, especially an 8-plus-year-old game like GTA 5. What they should have done, in my opinion, was allow players to have a quote-unquote free upgrade for GTA 5 and Online if you already have a PS4 or Xbox One versions of this game, especially since those games, like I already talked about, most of you know, are already backwards compatible on PS5, Xbox Series X and S. That would have been a really good PR move for Rockstar, especially since the information that we have got today, most of it is the same information we already knew about and isn't exactly wowing GTA players that have taken a long break from GTA 5 and Online. It's not exactly giving people any incentive to jump back into GTA Online if they've taken a short break or they haven't been around for a year or longer. In my opinion, Rockstar is really dropping the ball when it comes to trying to build up any hype at all. Our promotion revolved around GTA 5 or Online for PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Maybe that's intentional, maybe that's deliberate, maybe they came to realize, like, yeah, people just don't really give a shit and they're ready to move on to something else, but we might as well get through it and try and milk this game for whatever else we can milk out of it in order to get GTA Online on PS5 and Xbox Series in order to further justify future shark card sales. Because you know it's a matter of time before Rockstar stops doing updates for PS4 and Xbox One. Maybe not anytime soon because of hardware shortages revolved around PS5 and Xbox Series, but it's only a matter of time before they stop updating live service for the Xbox One, PS4 versions, similar to what they did with the PS3 and Xbox 360 many years ago. It's also unfortunate that they didn't take the time that they put into the milked edition of GTA 5 and online and put it towards something else like a remaster for GTA 4. See, that would have been awesome because a lot of players have been wanting a remastered GTA 4 for the longest time. At the very least, they should have done it side by side with GTA 5 and released it on PS5, Xbox Series S and X as a package deal. That way, you could go and play a fully updated version of both games. And while they're at it, they could include Liberty City as an expansion for GTA Online. Now, before we wrap up, yesterday evening, there were some leaked standalone logos over on the PlayStation 5 for both GTA 5 and GTA Online. Basically, the GTA 5 quote-unquote logo that's going to appear on the PS5 is virtually identical to the original GTA 5 logo, the same artwork except for a gold border around it. Awesome work, Rockstar. The GTA Online one looks very similar, but there is one specific difference. Now, a lot of this artwork is from previous DLCs that have come out over the years for GTA Online, with the exception of this one chick holding a pistol. She looks to be something new, implying that there will be, in fact, a specific exclusive update for GTA Online standalone for PS5, Xbox Series S and X when it drops on March 15th. We already know about House Workshop, along with the Career Builder, and of course 5 exclusive vehicles that are coming. There might be more content that awaits us when it comes to GTA Online for PS5, Xbox Series X and S exclusively, and perhaps Rockstar will promote that in the near future. But once again, a lot of the questions that myself and many others have been asking has yet to be answered, such as price tags, a brand new gameplay trailer for both versions, as well as whether or not we're going to have dedicated servers or expansions. There's going to be some quality of life improvements, but this new front-end menu that they were talking about in the newswire reminds me of the Red Dead Online front-end menu. It sounds very similar, and personally, I'm not really the biggest fan of that front-end menu, so I'm concerned about some of the changes that they're going to make to this version of GTA Online, and these changes may not be for the better, but we'll just have to wait and see. Your thoughts, your views, your opinions regarding GTA 5 Online for PS5, Xbox Series X and S at this current point, with the lack of any information regarding price tags, new gameplay trailers, or any other information and questions that we've been asking for quite a while now. As always, welcome below in the comments section.